there's a lot of misinformation out there about the solar system. Many people believe that Mercury is the hottest planet. However, this is not the case. In fact, Mercury is not even close to being the hottest planet. This is Mira. In this episode, we will wander not too far from our home planet, but towards Mother Earth's sister, and understand how it came to be as we know it today. Venus is the second planet from the Sun, and it is the hottest planet in our solar system. The average temperature on Venus is 864 degrees Fahrenheit, 462 degrees Celsius, which is hot enough to melt lead. The atmosphere of Venus is also very dense, and it is made up of carbon dioxide and sulfuric acid. The pressure on Venus is 90 times that of Earth's atmosphere at sea level. Venus is often referred to as the morning star or the evening star because it is the brightest object in the sky after the Sun and Moon. Venus is so bright because it reflects a lot of sunlight back into space. Venus is the closest planet to Earth, and it is about the same size as our planet. Venus has a rocky surface, and it is covered with volcanoes. The temperatures on Venus are so high that any water on the planet would quickly boil away. Venus also has very strong winds, and the wind speeds can reach up to 60 miles per hour. Venus is a very interesting planet, and it is definitely worth learning more about. The surface of Venus is one of the most extreme environments in the solar system. The atmospheric pressure is 92 times that of Earth's, and the surface temperature is 462 degrees Celsius. The planet is shrouded in a dense atmosphere of carbon dioxide and sulfuric acid, which is why it is often referred to as Earth's evil twin. Despite these conditions, there is evidence that Venus may have once been habitable. In the past, the planet had a much thinner atmosphere and was possibly even home to oceans of water. So what happened to turn Venus into the hellish world it is today? There are a number of theories, but the most likely explanation is that Venus underwent a runaway greenhouse effect. As the planet's surface temperature rose, more and more water vapor was released into the atmosphere. This created a feedback loop, as water vapor is a greenhouse gas itself. The result was a runaway greenhouse effect that boiled away the oceans and turned the planet into the oven we see today. Despite its inhospitable conditions, Venus is still an intriguing world. It is the closest planet to Earth, and scientists are hopeful that one day we may be able to visit it. In the meantime, we can continue to learn about this fascinating world by studying it from afar. Venus is often referred to as Earth's sister planet because of their similar size and mass. However, Venus has very different surface conditions than Earth. Venus doesn't have any oceans and is covered with volcanic plains. The surface of Venus is also very dry because of the lack of water vapor in the atmosphere. The high temperatures and lack of water make Venus an inhospitable place for life as we know it. However, there is some evidence that Venus may have once been habitable. NASA's Pioneer mission to Venus in the 1980s first suggested Venus originally may have had an ocean. In 2006 and 2007, NASA's Messenger space probe and the European Space Agency's Venus Express found evidence that the planet may have once had water vapor in the atmosphere. This discovery raises the possibility that Venus could have once had oceans of water on its surface. The extreme conditions on Venus make it a fascinating place to study. Venus is a good example of what can happen to a planet when the greenhouse effect gets out of control. Scientists are also interested in Venus because it provides clues about how Earth's climate might change in the future. These conditions make Venus inhospitable for life as we know it. But that doesn't mean the planet is lifeless. In fact, some scientists believe that Venus may be teeming with microbial life. The case for life on Venus begins with the planet's history. Venus is thought to have once had oceans of water, which evaporated over time due to the planet's extreme temperatures. This water vapor created a thick atmosphere of carbon dioxide and other gases. Today, the atmospheric pressure on Venus is so high that any liquid water on the surface would be quickly vaporized. But in the upper atmosphere, around 50 kilometers above the surface, the conditions are more Earth-like. Temperatures here range from 0 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius, and the pressure is about 1 bar, similar to that of Earth's atmosphere. This region is sometimes called the Venusian clouds, and it's thought to be the most hospitable environment on the planet. The clouds are constantly replenished by sulfuric acid rain, which forms when sulfur dioxide in the atmosphere reacts with water vapor. This acidic rain creates a layer of sulfuric acid clouds in the upper atmosphere, which reflects and scatters sunlight. This keeps the clouds cool, preventing them from rising any higher. The conditions in the Venusian clouds are similar to those on Earth billions of years ago, before life began. This has led some scientists to believe that life on Venus is not only possible, but may have already arisen. The most compelling evidence for life on Venus comes from the planet's atmosphere. In 1978, scientists discovered that the Venusian atmosphere contains trace amounts of phosphine and hydrogen sulfide, a gas that is produced by some bacteria on Earth. Since then, other scientists have claimed to have found evidence of phosphine on Venus. But these claims are controversial, and many scientists remain skeptical. The search for life on Venus is ongoing, and future missions may finally answer the question of whether the planet is home to any form of life. In the meantime, the possibility of life on Venus is an intriguing possibility that continues to fascinate scientists and the public alike. More recently, in 2009, scientists discovered that Venus may have had oceans of water on its surface billions of years ago. And in 2011, the Japanese space probe Akatsuki found evidence of clouds in the atmosphere of Venus that could support microbial life. So while the conditions on Venus are certainly not conducive to life as we know it, it's possible that some hardy microbes could survive on the planet. And if life does exist on Venus, it would be fascinating to study how it's adapted to such a hostile environment. Venus is an intriguing target for future exploration. In recent years, there have been a number of Venus missions proposed, including some that would see robotic landers touch down on the surface of the planet. These missions would build on the legacy of past Venus exploration missions, such as the Soviet Union's Venera landers and the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency's JAXA Akatsuki orbiter. One mission that has been proposed is the Venus In Situ Explorer, VICE, which would be a joint mission between NASA and the European Space Agency, ESA. The VICE mission would see a lander touch down on Venus and use a drill to collect samples of the planet's surface. These samples would then be analyzed by onboard instruments to search for signs of past or present life. Another proposed mission is the Venus Atmospheric Maneuverable Platform, VAMP, which would be a robotic airship that would float through the Venusian atmosphere for extended periods of time. The VAMP mission would be designed to study the atmospheric chemistry of Venus, as well as the planet's wind patterns and cloud formations. While these missions are still in the proposal stage, they give a glimpse into the future of Venus exploration. In the coming years, we may finally get a better understanding of this strange and hostile world. Keep wondering.